My transition out of the Marine Corps wasn't a simple one, and it wasn't an easy one. I instantly found myself really homeless. I mean, I didn't know how I was going to eat a few nights.
It's a finite period of time from when they get out to when they transition to the next thing. But in that same period of time, it can be so quick that we can lose them. And that path of losing them is horrible. Anywhere from substance abuse, alcohol abuse, homelessness, suicide, the list goes on and on.
When I got out, I had freedoms that I hadn't had. Even though I had started school, got involved with a couple of other veterans organizations, I still didn't feel like I was doing enough.
I see a lot of young, prior enlisted service members that don't have that kind of support that some of us were really fortunate to have. We're really trying to bridge the gap between the military service and whatever career that they can feel passionate about.
So I used to be a very unhealthy person, even in the Marine Corps. And one day I just decided, you know what, I gotta turn it around. I was placed over at Feeding America San Diego, which is a nonprofit food bank. And while there, I helped build out their nutrition program.
I was offered an internship program at the Space and Naval Warfare Command that ultimately led to future employment, which I currently have now.
The highlight of my experience was getting to know everybody at Bullis to Bandages, and they put me in charge of an entire new website that they were developing.
When I was in the Marine Corps, a tour duty I did was recruiting, so I'm familiar with sales, and I did some outside sales as a civilian since I've been out of the Marine Corps. I haven't done this type of sales, but it's just expanding upon what I've been able to do before in the past.
We decided to get involved with the MAT-V program because when we left the military in 2010 and transitioned into entrepreneurship in 2011, is a pretty steep learning curve. And there were a couple things that I learned that I thought that we could kind of give back.
Well, we've had veterans come to us in various stages of transition with varying levels of PTSD, personal issues, and trauma. And the really rewarding thing that Nick and I can both come back to at the end of the day is knowing that 25 veterans have been given the opportunity to work in the field they want to pursue.
Well, I'm involved in the nonprofit community here in San Diego, and one of the contacts that I've made is a gentleman named Ken Davenport.
What I've been trying to do with the foundation is provide veterans with connections to my network. Over the last 20, 25 years, I've built up a network of connections here in San Diego that I know really want to help the military, but they just don't know how.
Josh has been a tremendous asset to us over the 4 months that we were together, and I think we've added some value to him.
The high point really was getting to work with U.S. Trust and really kind of getting some experience in the field.
Josh came to me and he said, you know, I now have a better sense of what I want to do. I think I understand what all these parts look like within the organization, and I know where I'd like to pursue an objective.
I graduate next month and looking to move on to grad school, hopefully next fall, again coming back here for a master's in financial and tax planning.
The greatest feeling is to have a veteran that's gone through the Mentorship and Advocacy Program come back and say, I'm at a point in my life where I want to give back.
I feel we're all responsible to lend a hand in whatever way we can, and for some it's going to be financial support, because if someone doesn't have a job, they can spiral down pretty quick. If for others it's going to be emotional support, for some it will be physical support. It's a problem that if everybody were to lend a hand or do something, we can make huge strides in this.
I know for me personally, this program saved my life, so for that reason I would definitely recommend it. There is this huge disparity between programs that say they do things and programs that actually do things, and this is a program that actually does something.